So everything's the same, right?
Yep.
Vocal path?
Yep. Do you want me to do it on a separate track so that she can hear her scratch vocal at any point?
No, I think we're going to go, you can just deactivate that.
Cool.
That track. We'll just do new vocals. Do you want to go top to bottom, do you think, or focus on sections?
We could try it top to bottom, and if it sounds like I don't know the second verse, we can
Sure.
tie it.
Here we go. Here comes the track.
House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane roads. I could never pass them by. I rearrange them, add them up, multiply till I find luck. Anything to call it a sign. And maybe I'm out of my mind. I see my lucky number everywhere I go. And I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Swear it follows me down every road. Always shows up just when I need to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. New city, no doubts. 2 weeks to get off my friend's couch. Cut any clothes, but I'll be fine. I think for your apartment, it could have been a closet, and nothing's going right. But the second I look at the time, I see my lucky number everywhere I go. And I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Swear it follows me down every road. Always shows up just when I need to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. 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 Supposed to be. I see my lucky number. I see my lucky number. I see 19. I see my lucky number everywhere I go. And I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Swear it follows me down every road. Always shows up just when I need to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
That was really good. That's all I got.
Except for the second verse, you mean?
Second verse was the best part. Let's go again. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lyrics so that I don't forget them. But I don't want to read them.
I love that.
Because it takes
I
my
know.
emotion away.
Let's just do like one or two through all the way through. If verse 2 leaves your brain, it's fine. Then let's go back and focus on verse 2.
Okay.
Just get a bunch of takes of verse 2.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
House numbers zip codes, birthdays, and airplane rows. I could never pass them by. I rearrange them, add them up, multiply till I find luck. Anything to call it a sign. Or maybe I'm out of my mind. I see my lucky number everywhere I go, and I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Swear it follows me down every road. Always shows up just when I need to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. New city, no doubts. 2 weeks to get off my friend's couch. Cutting it close, but I'll be fine. I think I found my dream apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it's pretty much a closet. Feels like nothing's going right. But the second I look at the time, I see my lucky number everywhere I go, and I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Swear it follows me down every road. Always shows up just when I need to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. 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 I see my lucky number. I see my lucky number. I see 19. I see my lucky number everywhere I go, and I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Swear it follows me down every road. Always shows up just when I need to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Let's focus on verse 2, please. That verse 2 is great. I just don't feel like we have the last line yet. Feels like nothing's going right. Is that what it is? Let's just sing a bunch of verse 2s. Have some
It's
tea.
the word nothing, right?
I don't know. Something's tripping you up with it.
Nothing's going right.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I like the lyric. I mean, it sounds like it sounds singable. But let's just focus on verse 2. Don't sing past verse 2.
Okay.
So we'll get you 2 bars before verse 2.
Real quick, do you mind if I turn down one of the compressors? The last one, the LA3A, we're getting at like negative 3.5.
It's okay. It's cool.
Cool.
I mean, thanks for telling me, though.
All right, so you're going to punch in.
2 bars before verse 2.
Okay, great.
Just on the fresh tracks.
I'm where I'm supposed to be. New city, no doubts. 2 weeks to get off my friend's couch. Cutting it close, but I'll be fine. I think I found my dream apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it's pretty much a closet. Feels like nothing's going right. But the second
Yeah, what is up with the last line? What do you think? Is there another way to say that?
It's the nothing. Feels like nothing. I think I'm holding like too long.
Feels like nothing's going right. I think there's something in that just feels a bit not as genuine as everything else, you know?
It's the lyric.
Yeah, I think there's a way to say that in a more authentic way. Maybe, I don't know. There were some options yesterday, weren't there?
We were going, nothing's going right without the feels like. Do you want to try that?
Yeah, may as well try it. We're experimenting. Just try.
I'm where I'm supposed to be. New city, no doubts. 2 weeks to get off my friend's couch. Cutting it close, but I'll be fine. I think I found my dream apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right.
I don't like the feels like.
It sounds like an Asheville line. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like sounds songwritery to me, and it sounds like I noticed it, and I don't want to notice it.
The nothing feels like it should be on the front. Nothing da da da. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you start with nothing.
Going right. Nothing.
It feels like nothing's going right is still the winner for me.
Yeah.
Does it have to be feels like nothing's going right? Does it have to be those notes?
No.
Feel like nothing's going right. Like just throw it away more. Feel like nothing's going right. Feel like nothing's going right. More bluesy. Feels like nothing's going right.
Yeah.
Throw it away more.
Okay.
It just feels slightly Disney, kind of like,
Yeah.
feels like nothing's going right. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Feels like nothing's going right. Something. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's just see. Let's just try it. Go ahead.
I'm where I'm supposed to be. New city, no doubts. 2 weeks to get off my friend's couch. Cutting it close, but I'll be fine. I think I found my dream apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right.
Yeah. Could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right. Bonnie Raitt. Feels like nothing's going right. Something, Feels like nothing's... Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
It sounded not... Like it sounded close then.
Try. Try is cool too.
Well, what comes before the word try?
Makes me wanna give up trying. Makes me. Is it worth it? Like looking for a plan. And I wonder why I'm even trying, but then I see. Like, wonder why I'm trying.
Try it.
Maybe that. Wonder why I'm even trying. Don't know why I'm even trying.
I think we just got to fling a bunch of spaghetti at the wall.
Trying. But this, wonder why I'm even trying. But the second I look at the time, I see my lucky number.
Like trying. Like it's a one-syllable word,
trying.
right? Trying.
But the second,
Brine.
Then the second I look at the time.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's try.
I'm where I'm supposed to be. New city, no doubts. 2 weeks to get off my friend's couch. Cutting it close, but I'll be fine. I think I found my dream apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right.
Okay, now we're going to punch in a million. Feels like nothing's going right. Yeah. So, Zach, if you can just duplicate these tracks, and we're going to hear the 2 lines before it, and then we're going to punch in. Feels like nothing's going right.
Cool.
Yeah, like that. You like that. And don't be afraid of it.
Okay.
Own it. Be it. Here comes.
Apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right.
Okay. A little louder. Here it comes.
Apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right. 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 Feels like nothing's going right.
So for me, I want you to sound a little more like, just like the line says, like be more exasperated.
Okay.
You know, spinning your wheels, feels like nothing's going right, and then your crazy voodoo number saves you. But this is like, this is as bad as it gets in the song. This moment, this line. So be a bit like, crap. Here we go.
I've been with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right.
Yep, one more like that, please.
I've been with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right.
That's my favorite one. Let's try and beat it. Can you make a note that was the one?
I've been with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right.
That was amazing too. I think we have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really commend you for like the way how many hours did you spend on the verse 2 lyric trying to crack it, trying to beat what we had yesterday, which wasn't finished.
Very long time.
It was hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's beautiful. I'm good. I want to comp this vocal.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to try harmonies at some point, but let's wait till I have a comp vocal and probably a little more on the track, and then we can look at harmonies.
Amazing.
Okay.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Sorry for beating you up about the last line of the second verse.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to do something that I really love getting into. It is the vocal comp. Here's all the playlists. I'm going to open up a new track, and I'm going to very imaginatively call it comp. Make it bigger. And I open up the playlists like that. Zach made some notes for me saying that at one point, Take 17 was my favorite one, and then Take 30 became my new favorite. I'm going to take all of 30, pop it up there to the new comp track, and just listen to it.
House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane rows. I can never pass them by.
So I want to try and beat the first line. I'm going to go back to Take 17, see what that is.
House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane rows. I can never pass them by.
Okay, I'm just going to search for the first line.
House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane rows. I can never pass them by. House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane rows. House numbers, zip codes, airplane rows. I can never pass them by. I rearrange them. I rearrange. I rearrange them, add them up. I rearrange them. I rearrange them, add them up, multiply till I find luck. Anything to call it. I rearrange them, add them up, multiply till I find luck. Anything to call it a sign.
Let me talk about this moment. Which I'm not sure I'm even done with it, but it looks like there were 4 full vocal takes, and then Zach duplicated a bunch of the most recent one as we were punching on a verse 2. When I'm comping a vocal, I sort of pretend in my brain that I am the singer, and I try to imagine if that were me singing on the mic, what would I want the comp to sound like? And I really try to sort of project into the singer and feel it the way that I think that they might. Because I'm very rhythmically oriented, I love sort of, like a triplet over a straight beat. And I like it when it's back phrased a bit and sort of on the jazzier side of things. So I found the bulk of the phrase that I really loved from her very first take, but I didn't like the opening 2 notes, which was this.
I rearrange them.
But I liked these opening notes, but I didn't like the timing of them. So I grabbed those notes, put them up there, and then just kept messing with the timing, which I still may mess with, but now it sounds like this.
I rearrange them, add them up.
What I do is I'll pick my favorite bits, I'll mess with the timing of it, I won't touch the tuning, and I'll go all the way through and I'll get a vocal comp take. And then I will duplicate that so I can always go back to the untuned version. And then I create a new one. It's a duplicate of my original vocal comp. And then I call that comp intonate, which is something I learned from working with T-Bone Burnett several years ago. And his engineer wouldn't say tuned, he would say intonate, so that it wouldn't like freak singers out when they saw it, but we all knew what it meant, intonation. And I just started doing it from that day forward. And then if I screw something up with the tuning and I can't undo it for some reason, I can always go back to the original thing in the playlist above this one. What I'm listening for now is vibe, confidence, just the right feeling, like the thing that just kind of makes my inner sort of circus midway bell go ding, 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 ding. And then I pick those moments. And then I kind of get very anal and listen to the tuning. And I never want you to hear tuning on my vocals, ever, ever. If I do, I've let everyone down, especially me. So that's a whole other thing. Well, let me get into this. Let me finish this comp, and then we'll get into how I like to approach tuning.
I found my high dream apartment with all I ever wanted. Turned out it could have been a closet. Feels like nothing's going right. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be.
This is an interesting phenomenon. So, because I am such an old man, I remember working on analog tape forever, and you punch in on analog tape. It's, you drop it and record as it's playing. Every tape machine has its own way and its own speed of actually entering records. Some are very slushy and they take a long time. You have to kind of learn to anticipate. Some are really fast. Some are somewhere in the middle. And if you soloed vocal tracks or any instrument tracks where you're punching in, you often hear the punch in. But if you punched in on a beat, on a downbeat, like if a snare or a kick drum are doing it, you don't hear it. And now, because we have such access to the sound wave and we can hear everything so accurately, and we can crossfade, something like this,
I'm supposed.
You hear it go to the other take. But because I know there's going to be a big kick drum in the mix at this moment, it's right on the one.
I'm supposed.
When I hear that kick drum, I don't hear the edit in the vocal at all, and the vocal's loud. I'm fine with it. If you solo it, people will say, "Oh, you can't do that. That's wrong. It's broken." It's not. It sounds good. Don't be scared of it. And I couldn't get that word "supposed" to sound right without this edit. Maybe I can get tighter on the edit, make it shorter. I don't know. Let's see what this does.
I'm supposed to be.
Let's see what a different kind of fade sounds like.
I'm supposed.
That's worse.
I'm supposed. supposed to be. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be. New city.
Just remember, if it sounds right to you and you're listening on a system or headphones that you really trust, then it is right. Don't be distracted by the visuals. The visuals are super important, but it's, we're listening with our ears, hopefully. I'm going to duplicate this, like I predicted. Call it comp intonate. What are we in? F major, slow down. Okay. Slow down. Be choosy. Where's the choosy? There.
House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane road. House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane roads. I can never pass them by. House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane roads.
Here's my take on autotune. First of all, you really should never hear it, I feel, unless you're going for it as an effect. This is an older version of autotune, but it's all basically the same premise. I like the retune speed. It usually defaults to about there, which to me is way too intense, something like that. So I back it off to kind of there, or sometimes even there. And then up here in tracking, you can say relaxed, meaning it's going to let a lot of things into its tuning matrix, or you can say be choosy, so it's more picky about what it decides to alter, and it lets a lot of stuff stay. So I like that. Definitely want to know what key we're in. I want to know if it's a major or minor key. Sometimes I do chromatic. For this one, I feel like major is the way to go. And I just did something on the first line. I'm going to undo it so I can walk you through what I did. Here's what it sounds like in bypass.
House numbers, zip codes, birthday.
I can't sing, but on house, that's in the, because I'm a piano player, so I can hear it. That's an A, ba, da, da. So A, C. But house kind of goes, I'll sing it down the octave. House goes, it doesn't go house numbers, it goes house number. It just hits the B. That's a B flat. It hits it just for a second. Check it out.
House number.
Hear how house kind of goes, house. And I don't want it to. So I know that the note above A is a B flat in the key of F. So I'm going to say remove B flat from the scale. So it's not going to let it go there. But I have these settings set pretty relaxed. That's at least 1 or 2 glasses of red wine right there. That's another half glass. So let's engage it. Now listen to it.
House number, zip code.
That's how I want her to sing it. Here's without it.
House number, zip code. House number, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane.
Here's with a faster retune speed.
House number, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane roads.
That sounds right to me. I'm going to render that. So now I'm going to put B flat back in. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. And I'm going to drag this over here. I have it sort of set to a kind of a very forgiving sort of macro setting that should work on pretty much everything until we get into the modulation. Then we're in the key of G. Let's hear what we got.
House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane roads.
So you can hear how it's keeping a lot of, like, it's not hyper in tune at all. It's just a little bit more in tune. And Bryce sings really in tune to begin with. We don't have any kind of tuning issues. But in the same way that I bring my drumming in and kind of tighten it, I like doing this with a vocal. I keep saying, I don't want anyone to notice it. I don't want the singers to notice it. I freak out when they hear the tuning. I just want to just focus it a bit more. It's almost like that aperture effect where the thing that you're looking at is really in focus and everything else around it sort of like disappears. That's what I'm trying to do with especially the vocal.
House numbers, zip codes, birthdays, and airplane roads. I can never pass them by.
So that created a weird little edit there.
Playing roads, I can never pass them by.
Okay, let's see what this does.
Roads, I can never pass them by.
It's nice. I want to speed it, either speed it up, the tuning speed a little bit, or make the tracking a little more relaxed. Let's try just that.
Roads, I can never pass them by.
No, I didn't like that. Never sounded weird. So let me try this.
Roads, I can never pass them by. I rearrange them, add them up, multiply till I find luck. Anything to call, I see my lucky number. I see my lucky number. I see 19. I see my lucky number everywhere I go. And I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Swear it follows me down every road. Always shows up just when I need to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
It feels really good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's do the bass.